Hi everyone. Today I'm going to demonstrate how RAG works. RAG stands for Retrieval Augmented Generation, with combined with LLM, and how it could help you answer the question the LLM has not seen during its training. Right. So, so I'll start with the basic overview of LLM and RAG. So let's say you trained a large language model. As most of you know, they are trained on like a huge corpus of data, like probably all the data of internet. Let's say you trained this large language model on 24th of January, right? So it has all the knowledge till 24th of January, right? Training like these big LLMs takes a lot of time. So you cannot keep on training it like every day, right? And let's say if you are a company, you cannot afford all this training cost, GPU cost, infra cost. You don't want to train it like on an everyday basis, right? But you still want to answer the questions on newly arrived data, right? Let's say you trained it on January of 2024. Now you have a database and you have like other data, internal data stores that are getting a lot of data, new data on a daily basis. And today is like mid of March, right? And you're asking this LLM something about yesterday, right? It wouldn't be able to know because it only has the information till 24th of January, right? Then in that case, how do you build an application which would be able to answer all the questions, all the latest question based on like the your current state of database, right? So in this kind of scenario, you can use RAG. So what is what does RAG do? Is it combines LLM with the relevant documents that you have on your database, and it tries to combine those two document and the question of the user, and then it generates the answer, right? So I'll show you one application that I've built using RAG, right? So you can think of I'm doing RAG email semantic search using RAG. Basically, it's a kind of question answering on your emails, right? So you can think of, I have not created a diagram for LLM, but I'll explain where LLM is involved in my application, right? So you can think of this email as a database which is like constantly getting updated because I'm getting like new mails every day, right? So what I'm doing is I'm sending this mail to the server, and this server does some pre-processing and sends this email to a vector database, indexes this email inside a vector database, right? After it gets the mail, it does like cleaning, chunking, and it finds like it gets the vector embedding of my email, and then the vector embedding gets updated in the vector database, right? So you can think of this vectors which contain semantic meaning of the email that you have, you know, that email that you have used it to find the embedding, or the email that you have used to find the vector embedding of that email, right? As this vector database contains semantic meaning of the emails, if you are doing a search on this vector space, that is same as doing semantic search, right? And semantic search enables you to answer a lot of questions like this. You can think of summarize all my fitness related emails, uh, or you can think of summarize all the food related emails that I'm getting, right? So this, if you think of this kind of question, there are two sets of steps involved. So it needs to know what kind of fitness emails I'm getting, right? And then it needs to summarize those emails, right? And then it needs to generate that answer, like it puts a concise answer to the chat UI, right? And let's see how the chat UI workflow works like, right? So user asks a question and then you generate embedding for that query. Let's say query is the question that user asked, right? Once you have that vector embedding of that query, you do a semantic search in the vector space, right? Which is happening in the vector database, right? And once you have retrieve the relevant document, you add this relevant document with the query and you give it to the large language model, right? And the large language model will take both as input and then generate the output, um, and then it will put it into the UI, right? So current state of the email, you can only do keyword search. So let's say you search for Uber, then it will show all the keyword matching related to Uber, right? But if you search something else which is related to Uber, it might not be able to um, show you all this, pull up all those mails, because it does not have that Uber keyword in your query or in your question, right? Although your question is semantically related to Uber, it will still not be able to pull up all the emails, right? Yeah, so I'll show you all the libraries and models that I'm using for this application. So for the large language model, I'm using Mistral 7B. I'm using a quantized version of this large language model. You can see this open source model surpasses Llama 2 on various LLM benchmarks, right? And for vector database, I'm using Chroma. I'm using Chroma through a Docker image, and this is a open source AI native vector database where I'm doing the vector, semantics search based on vector space. Right? I'm using Chroma to store all the data. You can this is the Chroma database. In this place, I'm using Chroma as my vector persistence layer or vector database layer, right? And for like doing all the prompting and RAG workflow, I'm using LangChain. And for embedding, I'm using nomic text embedding. And you can see this nomic text embedding as surpasses even text embedding ADA 002, which is from OpenAI, and this other text embedding, which is from OpenAI, right? And for the large language model, I'm using Mistral, which is like 7 billion and 4-bit quantized. I'm using a library called Ollama to run all these models and generate answers, right? So I'll show you the workflow of how you can do semantic search, how this enables you to answer very powerful questions on your emails. So currently I'm using only the promotional emails. I'm only using promotional emails because my inbox could, using inbox email could, expose some sensitive data. So all the query and question answering is happening on the promotional email. So I have, used these two questions before. You can think when I said what kind of investment related summarize all the investment related mails I'm getting. It's saying Axis Bank and ET Money providing update service, investment strategies, marketing insights, and blah blah blah, right? And when I said for ordering food online, um, it's saying it appears that you have received an offer from Domino's rewards program, and this is like the offer, limited time offer, and blah blah blah. I didn't tell it to pull up like Domino's or whatever, right? It pulled up Domino's email, and then it also summarized it. You see, if you see it saying this is the money, this is the offer. However, it cannot confirm some part of the offer because of limited data. This is the kind of some uh, kind of the power of RAG that you could use to answer all this kind of questions. So you can see we've got the answer. It's saying Axis Bank is sending some mail. Axis Bank promoting fixed deposit. Then ET Prime sending some offers related to wealth, money, and so on. So this is the power of RAG. I hope you liked my video. Um, Thank you for watching.